As of now, we're also joined by Disha Shah, who's in Mumbai, who's tracking all the developments in Maharashtra. Disha, talk to us about the key constituencies. Are we getting some leads from these key constituencies that we have been tracking across Maharashtra?
Well, now we have received the updated early trends as of 9:30 a.m. Shivan, and the NDA is trailing a bit behind if you talk about here in Maharashtra with 19 seats, and MVA is leading with 26 seats. So these are the figures and the updated numbers as per the early trend that we are getting. The Shiv Sena based Uddhav Thackeray faction is leading with 9 seats, whereas if you talk about the NDA Shiv Sena faction, it is trailing behind with 4 seats. So if you talk about key constituencies as well, in Baramati, which is one of the most and it was closely watched for constituency, Supriya Sule in the first round has led by 12,000 votes against Sunitra Pawar, who was fielded by husband Ajit Pawar from the NCP. So this is of course one of the key constituency, and it certainly looks like as per the early trends that Sharad Pawar will continue to have a strong hold in Baramati constituency. If you talk about Mumbai as well, the India's financial capital city, the NDA's BJP is winning on a few seats as per the early trends. Piyush Goyal, who contested for the first time, is leading with approximately 7,000 seats. If you talk about Ujjwal Nikam, again the BJP candidate for the first time is leading with about 3,000 seats. So all of these is as per the early trends. Nitin Gadkari from Nagpur, another important constituency, is winning by huge margin. We have not been updated about the number of votes, by how much, but according to the early trends, he is leading on that seat. If you talk about the other key candidates as well in Kalyan, Eknath Shinde's son is also seen to be leading on that seat as well. So as per the early trends, we are looking at NDA a little bit lagging behind, and MVA is leading in majority of the seats as per the early trends.
All right, well, Disha, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on this. Of course, right now we're also being joined by Jim Rogers, American investor and financial commentator from Singapore. So thank you so much for joining us. Why are Indian markets experiencing weakness?
Well, from an international investor's point of view, I will tell you, if Mr. Modi does what he says, it's going to be very exciting for India. India will be an exciting new country, and everything for international investors will be much better. Now, he has to do something. He has to open the currency. He has to open the economy. He has to open the markets. He can't just talk. He must act.
Mr. Rogers, now the figures that came in as soon as markets opened, the Sensex was down, Nifty is down. I wanted to understand for you, are investors booking profits, or is this just expected volatility ahead of the results?
Well, in the markets everywhere in the world, there's a saying that you buy on the rumor and you sell on the news. In other words, when good news comes, the market has people have already bought, and so they start selling when the news comes. But that's just today. Wait till next week or next month. That's when we will know if Mr. Modi is really going to change.
All right, so that being said, just to understand this better, what's next for the Nifty then?
Well, what makes me say that? I have read what he says he's going to do. Now, I don't know. Politicians all over the world say a lot of things. Now we're at the moment of truth. Is he going to change? If he does, it will be good for India.
80 में 34 इंडिया आगे बढ़ा हुआ है. आगे पूरे देश में ऐसे ही चलेगा.
जीते पे सवाल लोग खड़े कर रहे हैं और जनता से उन्होंने अपील की है कि सर पे कफन बांध के निकले अगर कुछ होती है गड़बड़ तो विरोध करें इसका.
मैं क्या बोलूं इसका? तेलंगाना में जीत जाए कांग्रेस तो ईवीएम ठीक है. बंगाल में ममता जीते तो ईवीएम ठीक है. हिमाचल में कर्नाटका में जीत जाए कांग्रेस तो ईवीएम ठीक है, और हार जाए तो ईवीएम गड़बड़ है. ऐसा कैसे चलेगा? ये तो ठीक नहीं है.
साउथ में कुछ उम्मीद है इस बार?
काफी, बहुत उम्मीद है. आप निश्चिंत रहिए, अंतिम निर्णय की प्रतीक्षा करिए, बहुत प्रभावी जीतेंगे.
Alright, that was Lok Sabha member Ravi Shankar Prasad bringing in his thoughts, and of course we were earlier joined by Jim Rogers. And Mr. Rogers, just finally I wanted to get last opinion from you regarding the initial trends that are coming in. I understand you are looking at it from a different perspective. You are looking at it from an investor's perspective or an international audience. Talk to us about how the international audience would be viewing the elections in India, at least the concerned parties.
Well, from my point of view, as an international investor and who's followed India for many years, if Mr. Modi is now going to open the currency and the markets even more, India will be a new country and a very exciting new country. My question is, politicians have said a lot of things all over the world throughout history. Now let's see if he acts or if he just talks.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing all your insights, sir. That was Jim Rogers, an American investor and financial commentator, joining us from Singapore. Pleasure speaking with you.
Now, sir, coming to you again, when we talk about markets, we've been seeing a lot of movement there as well. When we talk about the numbers that have been projected as per the exit polls, what sort of plans or policies or reforms or policies of continuity can we expect?
Well, I think it all depends on the numbers. If finally, if BJP and NDA is able to get absolute majority on the road, so they will be able to do what they want to do. But if they have to depend on outside support or they have to get other people to come into the government, then things obviously change. So Mr. Modi has had his way in the first 2 terms, and we have to see whether he'll be having his way in the third term as well. I think the main reason why this is happening is UP. Uttar Pradesh has been a big surprise
yes,
in terms of the projections that are coming now. Because there the BJP was supposed to do well, and of course they had 62 out of 80 last time.
Exactly. I just want to add to that, the numbers which have just come in Uttar Pradesh, the SP is leading on 30 seats, and these are the EC numbers.
Yes, yes.
So that's exactly going to by what you were just saying.
Yeah.
There has been a bit of a surprise there.
Yeah, it is. It's a very big surprise. In fact, a very big surprise, because you see they had 62 and they were looking at increasing the number in UP, but it doesn't look like happening. So I think the alliance between Congress and SP might have worked in UP, that's what it looks like, because it didn't happen in the assembly elections in 2017. And then there was an alliance, Congress, SP and BSP together. Even that didn't work. So if now the Congress and SP are able to upset the BJP in UP, that will be the biggest story of this election.
And I mean, again, as of now, we have to go with the trends which are coming in. A pertinent question at the moment would be, has the BJP gained enough in the south and the east to make do for what they've lost perhaps in their strongholds?
See, look at Odisha.
Yeah.
In Odisha, they're leading in about 13, whereas the BJD is only about 4 or 5. So that is where they may be making some big gains. Of course, Odisha is a small state. It has only 21 seats. So whatever you do is only about in trickles. So these are the big states which really matter. The big states are 80 seats in Uttar Pradesh, 48 in Maharashtra, 42 in West Bengal, 40 in Bihar, 39 in Tamil Nadu. So out of all this, if only BJP or NDA are able to keep their momentum together, then it will be a big
now, the states that you just mentioned, sir, in UP, of course, this initial trend is it's too big of a surprise, given the kind of seats where the SP is
But
leading.
Bihar, they're doing well. Surprisingly,
well?
They were supposed to lose some seats in Bihar.
Yes.
Because of the, Nitish Kumar going out and coming back, and then, there was, confusion about how the alliance would work. But apparently, it is working from the figures available right now,
yes,
that BJP and the JDU is doing well in Bihar. So, which is a good sign for the BJP. But how they will do in other states, one has to see.
Even Maharashtra, sir, where the NVA is in the lead at the moment.
Right.
NDA is in the lead. But, you never know, because it's a 4-cornered contest.
Yes.
I mean, there are 4 different parties, and then the splinters of 2 parties.
Yes.
You have, Shiv Sena and then the NCP. People are probably confused which faction they're supposed to, support. So we need to see how Maharashtra goes. That will be very important.
Right. Now, let's just also update our viewers with the numbers that have come in just now.
Yes.
In Andhra Pradesh, the NDA, that's leading on 19 seats. That's 19 YSRCP, that is at 5. Now, as per the initial trends of 429 seats by the ECI, the BJP is leading on 200 seats, Congress leading on 80 seats, and the Samajwadi Party at 29.
Leading in 29. I just want to come back to Andhra Pradesh that he just mentioned. NDA leading on 19 seats. If we were to just look at what happened back in 2019, why this would have been an opposite figure. YSRCP was at, perhaps they were touching 22. And ND and BJP was at a duck.
Yes,
eventually.
yes,
Look at it now, 5 years later.
Probably these are going to be the saving grace for the BJP.
Yes.
If they are losing heavily in Uttar Pradesh,
yes,
and if they are losing in Maharashtra, where they had 41 seats with the Shiv Sena, so the number is likely to come down. And if they are losing elsewhere, so they have to make up somewhere. So that is where, that is why the last minute alliances with the BJP did. TDP, that was one of the last alliance which is
and a very surprising one given the past that they've had.
Yeah, Chandrababu Naidu has criticized Prime Minister Modi, and they had a very fractious relationship. But they realized that if they have to get the act together, they need to come together.
Yes.
And that is what is helping them, probably both in Assembly as well as the Lok Sabha elections.
Some more figures coming in here.
Right.
If you want to just take us through those.
Yeah, absolutely, Shivan. The BJP currently it is at 200, Congress at 80, the SP is at 29. As we were discussing, TDP that's at 15, Shiv Sena 10, the DMK 10, TMC 9, and the JDU at 8. This is the breakup that we're getting right now.
And these are, of course, figures coming in by the Election Commission of India. This is the authority at the moment which is giving us the initial trends. And there is, again, it's given the kind of trends that are coming in. I'd like to just shift focus to the winning line at the moment, which is also giving us a larger picture at the moment. India has a total of 543 constituencies. At the moment, they're pegging NDA at 295 and the India bloc at 221, which is not that far behind from what they were hoping for, that 295 figure which India bloc has been pitching for themselves, and they still believe so even at the moment. But these are the figures that we're showing you on the winning line. This is the larger aspect, and 272 is the majority mark at the moment.
Of course, Shivan, now as I've been asking this to all of our guests as well, that they've been saying that they could spring a last-minute surprise, and there's been a lot of discussion around it. What we do see as per the numbers, they are performing better than what was perhaps expected. And we are seeing the number at, of course, for NDA at 295. Of course, these are just initial figures.
These are initial trends, but
very important to emphasize that time and again.
Yes, a lot of it is falling in line with what we saw in the exit polls. Of course, there are some shockers coming in from what we're hearing from Uttar Pradesh, and also I'd like to just now cut across to some small snippets which are coming in from different leaders across parties. Let's cut across to that.
I have high hopes that the 3 seats here will be won by the JKNC and that the exit polls will be proven wrong. I hope that the exit polls hold true for the JKNC, but not for the rest of the country.
My expectation is they will select me so that I will be always with them. So I am not only a 24/7 person, I am always 365 days person. So I have dedicated for the social service, and South Chennai is a long term my dream to serve the people of South Chennai. If people and God give me the result, I will definitely serve the people.
The results will favor the India bloc. The results will favor the Congress, and the delusion that the BJP and its biased media has created about crossing the 400 mark will be overturned. To get PM Modi back in power, the public has filled the EVM machines with votes for him. Let the counting conclude, and you'd know that the BJP-led NDA alliance will perform better than the exit polls.